Hello and welcome to the course on C Programming Learn to Code series. This is the 25th lecture of Unit 2, and in this lecture we will continue the discussion on operators in C. In this lecture we will talk about the increment and decrement operator, and this is the part 1 of this discussion. We will create more videos on increment and decrement operator to understand it properly. So let's begin. So what exactly the increment and decrement operator looks like? Remember, this is a unary operator and it look like this. So that is your plus plus and minus minus. So this plus plus operator indicates that is a increment operator, and the minus minus indicates that is a decrement operator. So what exactly the meaning of these two operators? Let's say you have a variable a and it is having a value 5. Then you can apply this increment operator or decrement operator. Let us talk about first increment operator. You can apply this plus plus operator to this a in two ways. Either you can write a plus plus or you can write plus plus a. Okay, so when you write this kind of thing, what will happen? This plus plus operator, due to this plus plus operator, as I have already told you, this is a unary operator, so only one operand is there. So this plus plus operator will help the a to increase its value by 1. That means the compiler will execute this statement as a is equal to a plus 1. Similarly, the compiler also execute this line as a is equal to a plus 1. So that means the execution process is similar even if it is written as after the variable or before the variable. Got it? So that means this is equivalent to the increment operator, that means increasing the value, the previous value, by 1. Similarly, if you consider this minus minus operator, this is also same thing. Let's say b is equal to 5. Then you can also write in the similar manner, that is b minus minus or minus minus b. So how it is executed? This represent b is equal to b minus 1. Similarly, this represent b is equal to b minus 1. So after executing this part, b becomes 4, and after executing this, a becomes 6. So this is the exact working of your increment or decrement operator. So that's I have written over here. The plus plus operator will increment the value of variable by 1, and the minus minus operator will decrement the value of a variable by 1. But remember, whenever we are using plus plus or minus minus operator, we can only apply these operators to a variable but not a constant. So what does it mean? It means here you can see a is 5, so a is a variable here and 5 is a constant. So you can write a plus plus or plus plus a, but you cannot write plus plus 5 or 5 plus plus. Okay, because 5 is a constant and you cannot apply these operators, that is plus plus operator, to a constant. Similar rule is applicable for minus minus operator also. Okay, so that thing I have written over here. The operand must be a variable and not a constant. I have given two examples as like this. Okay, I think you understand what exactly a plus plus operator mean and what a minus minus operator mean. Okay, so let us continue the discussion in the next slide. Next slide, I have already told you that if you have a variable, let's say a, and you have that value is 5, then plus plus operator will increase the value by 1. And how do we write? We write it something like this, that is plus plus a or a plus plus. So whenever you are writing the variable before, the operator before the variable like this, then this kind of writing style is called prefix. Okay, and whenever the operator will be written after the variable, that is called postfix. So that point I have written over here. It can be used before the operand called prefix or after the operand called postfix. So I have given some example over here. So similar rule for increment, the same rule will be applicable for decrement. Here this is called prefix, this is called postfix. Similarly, whenever you are using minus minus operator, this is called prefix and this is called postfix. Okay, so both way you can write it, but whenever you are going to execute it, the execution procedure is slightly different, that we are going to that we'll explain shortly. But for the timing, you just understand you can write in these formats. Okay, and exactly if you think about this, either you write plus plus x or minus minus x, it will be executed as x is equal to x plus 1. Okay, similarly if you either write x plus so I made a mistake, either you write plus plus x or x plus plus, this part, either you write plus plus x or x plus plus, it will be executed as x is equal to x plus 1. Similarly, if you execute minus minus x or x minus minus, it will be executed as x is equal to x minus 1. Okay, so I hope you understand what is the basic thing involved in a increment and decrement operator. Now from the next slide onwards, what I will do, I will try to use these operators and write some small programs. And whenever I am writing some small programs, I will try to say you means I will try to find out the output of those programs, and there we will learn many things about this plus plus operator and minus minus operator. But first of all, let us concentrate on the increment operator part, and the same rule will automatically applicable to decrement operator. Okay, so let us begin. So let us do one thing, we should not discuss this program over here. I will directly go, we will explain about the entire program. Okay, so let me go to VS Code. So to make you understand, I have already created the structure of C programming, and here you can see in this particular place I have taken x is equal to 5. So initially what I have done, I have taken a variable that is x, which is initialized with value 5. Then this should not be percentage d, and I want to print the x value, then obviously this value will getting printed, that is x is equal to 5 means this printf statement will print 5. But our program, what I am going to do, I want to use the increment and decrement operator over here, but particularly we will start with increment operator. So let's say I am writing over here, suppose I will write x plus plus. Okay, so what exactly I am writing, this is called prefix. Okay, so sorry, postfix. After the variable I have written it, so this is a postfix way of writing the plus plus operator. Now what do you think, what is the output of this program? Obviously whenever I'm writing like this, then the output will be increase the value of x by 1, that means the output must be 6. So let us understand it properly. So for the first line, int x is equal to 5, the compiler will allocate a space in the memory whose name will be x, and he will assign 5 inside this x. Okay, then as I have already told you, whether you write x plus plus or plus plus x, both, what is the meaning of both this value? The meaning is x is equal to x plus 1. That means whenever you write x plus plus, so the compiler will execute it as x is equal to x plus 1. So what is the value of x now? The value of x is 5. That means it will increase the value and it becomes this old value will be deleted and the new value will be assigned, that is your 6. Okay. Finally, when this program will come to this line, what will happen? It will print the value of x, and what is the value of x now? It is 6. So 6 gets printed. So let us understand, let us see whether it is happening or not. Okay. Well, so let me save it. Let me save this program first. Control S. Now run it. See, we get the value as 6 over here. So how I get the value 6, you understand it. Now, so do you think if I'll make it prefix, whether the value will be changed? Let us check it first. So if I'll make it plus plus x, and we know that it is executed as x is equal to x plus 1, and this is the prefix way of writing this. Now let us see whether the value is changed or not. So my answer is the value will not change, it will be remain 6. Yes, it is remain 6. So then you may ask the question, sir, what is the difference between writing the prefix way or the postfix way? Remember, the difference will only come whenever this particular line will be assigned with any other variable or any other statement. Then only the difference can be find out. So let us see by assigning this value to another variable and check what happened to the output of both the variable. So to do that, what I am going to do is I'll declare a variable, let's say y over here. Fine. So I have declared a new variable y. Then we will try to assign y is equal to plus plus x. I'll do like this. So before plus plus, let us first try x plus plus. This is your postfix way of writing. Fine. So this is postfix y is equal to x plus plus. Then I want to print both the values. Let us make a space over here so that we can understand it. So first of all, let us write it something like this. X is equal to %d, y is equal to %d, then x comma y. So let us see what is happening to this to our program. Well, so let us first what I am going to do is I will explain the answer first, then we will see the output. So let us understand it properly. See here. So I have declared two variables. So what will happen? The compiler will create two space, that is for one for x and another for y. Well, then I have written y is equal to x plus plus. So try to understand this properly. So whenever you are writing x plus plus in postfix way, what will happen? The value of the variable x will be assigned first, assign first, then the value of x gets incremented. So there are two terms coming over here. Okay, one term is assign, second term is incremented. So first, whenever you see it is written as postfix, then assign, then increment, assign, then increment. But whenever we write plus plus x, increment, then assign. So for this part, that is called postfix, assign, then increment. But for prefix, increment, then assign. Okay, so try to understand this. So whenever this line is get executed, x becomes 5 and y is blank now. When we write x plus plus, that means assign, then increment. So to whom it will assign? It will assign the value to y. So y get assigned to 5 get assigned to y. Then we will increment the value. So increment means x plus plus means what? X plus plus means x is equal to x plus 1. So that means the value of x gets incremented. So old value get deleted and 6 will be stored over here. That means after executing this line, y is 5 and x is 6. And if you print this value, what will happen? X will be shown you 6, but y will remain, means y will be assigned with 5. So let's see whether it is happening or not. Okay. So let me execute it, this line, Control S, now run it. See, as I have already told you, it will show you x is equal to 6 and y equal to 5, and it is done like that. Well, now let us convert it into prefix mode. What will happen? Prefix, and this will be plus plus x. We will remove this plus plus over here. Now let us understand. So if you see, as I have already told you, that whenever it is written in a prefix mode, then first increment, first the value of x is incremented. So what is the value of x now? X is 5, so x get incremented, so x contains 6, and then assign, that means the 6 value will be assigned to y, and y gets 6. After executing this particular line, you will find that x becomes 6 and y becomes 6. So when the compiler comes to the third line, that is your printf statement, the output must be 6 and 6. So let us see. Control S. Now run it. See. So I got x is equal to 6 and y is equal to 6. So try to understand the difference between prefix and postfix. So I have already told you that whenever it is postfix, then first assign the value, then increment. Whenever it is prefix, first increment, then assign. So by doing this, you can see the difference of output in y, but not in x, because x is always incremented by 1 after executing this particular line. But for y, the values are different whenever it is prefix and postfix. So I hope you understand the basic concept that is associated with your uh, increment operator and decrement operator. In the next lecture, we will again continue the discussion on increment and decrement operator, because this is the most important operator in C programming language, and in most of the examinations, competitive exam, you always find at least 1 or 2 questions over there. So that's why I will explain this operator properly by making lots of video on it. So that's all for the today's class. Thanks for listening. You should stay tuned for the next video to come. Okay, bye bye.